Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Trisha and this is the life I'm trying to love. If you're new here, I hope you consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. So today we're going to talk about why I chose to go keto. So now you'll notice me looking down a few times. That's because I'm looking at my notes. Because with stroke brain, I have a tendency to go blank, like literally in the middle of saying what I'm saying. So now I'll need to look down and, pinpoint my reference so that I can go back and pick up where I left off. So, without further ado, if you want to know about why I started keto, then stay tuned. So, the question I get a lot is, why did I decide to go keto and how I got started? So, the nuts and bolts of that is easy. I had a stroke and I started looking up ways to heal my body, or ways that would help healing my body. Now, granted, a big part of that is the exercise and the physical therapy, and then, in a positive attitude. But also nutrition plays a part in how your body heals. Now, granted, everything I'm about to say are my opinions only. I am not a professional. I am not a doctor. Hell, I haven't even mastered this diet lifestyle, because I don't like saying the word diet, myself. So this has been, or will continue to be, all trial and error. I mean, I will do what I think is best. I will continue to do what works, and then eliminate what doesn't work. So now back to why I started. So again, like I said, I had a stroke. So I was just looking for ways to heal my body, or help heal my body. So I actually learned about keto the beginning of 2018. I'm in several planner weight loss lifestyle groups, and for January of 18, everybody was, of course, that's the big, well, I'm going to do it this year, I'm going to lose weight. So everybody was talking about keto. Initially, I wasn't interested because I don't do fad diets. I'm not a bandwagon jumper. And so I just I glanced over it. I didn't really look into it. I actually wish I had have. I didn't look into it, and I just thought, you know what? I kind of already know what works for me. All I need to do is do it. Well, of course, if we all just did that, then we'd all be skinny, or we'd all have our, the life we want to live. However, then, the stroke happened, and so I said, okay, I need to get serious here. My health, my life is in jeopardy. So I needed to figure out what to do. So I started to research, something I've never done before, in terms of choosing a diet or a way of eating or anything of that nature, really. So I started researching. I started looking up. I started typing in everywhere I can go, anything that I can get my hands on to read. Initially, I thought, wait, you want me to cut out bread? You want me to cut out sugar? I drink coffee. Duh. And, there was a time when I drank a little coffee with my creamer, so flavored. And I need to put sugar in my tea, and I need to make a sandwich and a baked potato. And everything on keto said I can't have that. So, initially my attitude was like, oh, see, I'm not with diets, lifestyle, anything that requires me to cut out my food. or any food. I'm a food lover. I love food. I have a very intimate relationship with food. I learned to cook. I practice cooking because I love food. I mean, who doesn't? So, initially I was like, no. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to continue to research. I'm going to look into it. I joined a couple of keto groups. However, they're just full of keto police and people who just want to tell you you're wrong for what you're doing. So that was an immediate turnoff. But I just happened to be searching the web one day. I don't know. I think I was just looking for stroke recovery and, and how keto and the stroke recovery. First of all, I've had a stroke. So now I have to be extra careful about what I do because I have a brain injury. So I can't just go jumping on, stuff all willy-nilly and not take, the proper precautions. So just when I was about ready to give up, I went scrolling one day and I found this website. It's called Healing Fast with Keto. I'm going to link it down in the bottom. And there was a lady who, I don't know her name. They don't list her name, but under the the people who tell their stories about keto and their recovery, hers is just titled My Story. And it was a lady who had a stroke. And when I say to you, reading her story was like reading my story. Only her story happened 2 years before mine. And so she talked about the struggles and being in denial and, eating the standard way and eating the proper, or call yourself eating the proper food, the amount of grains, the amount of, beans and, doing all the stuff that the American science diet is supposed to help you lose weight. And I thought, okay, so I was motivated for the first time since I had started research. I was like, okay, this might actually work. I might actually can do this. Now, this was July when I read this story. So I said, oh, you know what? So like any other time, you always pick a date. Well, I'm going to start August 1st. I'm going to start doing keto. I'm going to go keto. So I didn't really tell anybody right away. I mean, I talked to a few people because I was trying to get some opinions. I asked a couple of questions or whatever. I was actually surprised by how many people were like, oh, no, don't do keto. That's bad for you. And, it's not sustainable. And it's, all the naysayers, basically. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it. What the heck? It's food. At this point now, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, at this point, I've had a stroke. Aside from death, nothing else worse could happen. Maybe a worse stroke than I had, but certainly nothing, too dramatic. So August 1st comes and I start keto. So I'm looking up food and I realize, whoa, okay, aside from the sugar and the bread, I can eat food, real live food. Bacon. Okay, so now I gave up pork in like 2008, 9, somewhere around there. And so the thought of being able to eat bacon, who knew? Like bacon is supposed to be bad for you. Eggs are supposed to be bad for you. Fat is supposed to be bad for you. But now, okay, so now let me jump in here real fast and say that if you know nothing about keto is basically it's centered around good carbs, good protein, and good fat. There is how's it go? 5%, 25%, and I want to say 75%. So it's 5% carbs, 20% protein, and 70% fat. So basically you stay within up to 20 carbs, up to, I want to say 80 or so protein. Now what made me nervous was like it's 100 and something in fat, but it's good fat. So it's not bad. So again, I can eat bacon and eggs for breakfast. No, I can't have my toast and jelly. But I can have bacon, I can have eggs, I can have avocados, I can have mayonnaise, I can have, cream in my coffee. Let me stop there. Let me stop there because this is important. If you know me, and of course you guys don't, but you will learn as you watch these videos that I am a coffeeholic. In fact, I have been accused of being a coffee snob. I mean, it is what it is. I know coffee. I love coffee. I can't drink coffee if it's nasty. I can't drink coffee if it's lukewarm. I can't drink coffee. Coffee has to have a distinct taste, and my taste buds know them immediately. Like the first sip of coffee, good coffee, literally touches my soul. Don't doubt me. Or don't judge me. But so when I learned that I can still have coffee. Now, of course, I had to do it differently because bulletproof coffee, which is supposed to be like, it's almost considered, I would call it a meal replacement. I don't know if that's how it's actually viewed in the keto community, but I see it as like a meal replacement. So if I'm not really hungry, I can have a cup of bulletproof coffee, which consists of heavy, coffee, of course, heavy whipping cream, some sort of sweetener if you require that, butter. I know my first thought was ew, but butter and coconut oil or MCT oil, which is some derivative or something of coconut, or it's the essence of coconut. Anyway, again, like I said, I'm not an expert on this. So again, these are just my opinions, thoughts, and guesstimations. But you can have that, and it's supposed to be, because it had the bulletproof coffee has your carbs, it has your protein, and it has your fats. So you're meeting your what are called macros. Again, I'd have to do a little bit more research on those, but if you know keto or you're doing keto, or even if you know about nutrition, then you know what those mean. So again, that and the fact that I can have real food is what really tipped the scale for me over into keto, was I can continue to drink my coffee and I can have cream in it. And guess what? It can be sweet and it tastes good. And I actually love bulletproof coffee. Now, granted, I still need to have a regular cup of coffee, but I do it differently. And now I actually have a little cream with my coffee versus a little coffee with my cream. So anyway, back on schedule, I'm rambling. So again, I'm able to have all of the food. So I'm able to have like the meat. I'm allowed to have, I actually developed a real love for vegetables. I'm not really a soggy vegetable person. So my vegetables are either roasted or sauteed, because textured. And I can't do rubbery, soggy broccoli. I just can't do soggy vegetables. It's just not a thing for me. So, but I learned that, guess what? I can cook my vegetables in butter. I can cook them in oil. I can flavor them. I can use salt. Salt is a iffy because of my blood pressure, but the fact of the matter is I can use salt, limited, but I can still use it. So that first month, now, funny thing is, my son, initially was keto. Oh my God, what do you mean you can't eat bread? What do you mean you can't eat, what do you mean? So eventually I start, I'm cooking keto. And so my son would, smell it or taste it or whatever, be like, oh, this is good. And then he started saying, oh, I'm going keto next month. I'm going keto. Really, son? Really? But anywho, so I'm learning to eat differently. I'm loving the way that I eat. I'm loving the way that my food tastes. I'm not really missing bread and sugar like I thought. And then I found a couple of recipes for keto mug cake. So when I have a sweet tooth, so basically that's just a keto version of maybe a cinnamon roll or something, because you can use almond flour or coconut flour. And then it is really good, and it's actually microwave. So it's keto mug cake. So you actually make it like in a coffee mug. And it was really good, and it helped with the sweet tooth. So again, I'm loving keto. I'm not feeling deprived. I'm actually realizing that I'm not hungry during the day. That need to snack wasn't overpowering. Like I wasn't experiencing like not hunger pains, but I don't really know how to describe it, but I wasn't experiencing that need to always chew on something. Now, there was a few times when I had like a sugar attack. Like I really felt like I was going through withdrawal. It didn't happen right away. There's something that's called keto flu. Basically, that's just your body's reaction to the change. And so I think I went through keto flu. I had a headache. Actually, I just think it was sugar withdrawal, truth be told, or sugar and carb withdrawal. But at the same time, I had headaches. My body felt achy, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then on top of stroke symptoms, it was just like, oh my goodness. It was like 3 or 4 days. I just really felt bad, and I thought, is this really worth it? But once I got over that hurdle, I really realized that I started to actually feel good. And I started to notice a difference. Like within the first month, I had lost a little more than 13 pounds. And let me say this. I have lost weight before. I've lost a lot of weight. Back in 2010, 11, I lost almost 100 pounds. And during that time versus during, my thing with keto, where I saw the difference was, yes, I lost 80 something pounds, and yes, I looked smaller, but my body didn't change its shape. Like I was just still a smaller version of the way I'm built. With keto, I actually saw my body changing. Like I saw my shape changing. There were days when the scale did not reflect that change, but I could certainly see the change. I could see the way that my clothes fit differently. Certain shirts that kind of got hung up on my stomach were now hanging, I still have a stomach, but it was less of a stomach, and you could certainly see the way that my clothes were hanging, or the way the shirt would lay. Certain pants, things that just certain clothes that I could certainly see the change. So I thought, great, wonderful. So I did it September. Well, I started in August. So I keto from August, September, October. Then the holidays came. And I'm going to be real. Like I said earlier, I love to eat. I love to cook. And there was no way that I was going to not partake in Thanksgiving dinner. I make a mean macaroni and cheese. I make a mean sweet potatoes or yams. Greens. Greens were okay. I probably could have done the greens. Greens I think would be considered keto. But that macaroni and cheese and them yams certainly weren't. Neither were the rolls. And then we had roast instead of, I didn't do a turkey this year, or yeah. So anyway, I knew that I wasn't going to keto. And then I was going out of town for Christmas, and my cousin who lives in New Orleans was going to be cooking all New Orleans traditional dinners, gumbo. I had something for the first time called melatonin, something like that, which was really good. Potato salad. The gumbo, I had rice in my gumbo. Other than that, it's just soup. But just all the stuff that he eat, fried turkey. And that was my first time eating fried turkey. So yes, I may actually never go back to baked turkey ever again in life. But anyway, that's not part of this video. So anyway, like I said, I knew that I was not going to eat keto. So yes, I gave up keto in November, December. And I paid for it. That 13 pounds that I lost, I gained back plus 2. So I'm back to my original weight plus 2 pounds. Which 2 pounds is not bad, because some people gain their weight plus 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds. So I'm actually grateful that I only gained back an additional 2 pounds. I mean, I'm not grateful that I gained back any weight, but again, I wasn't doing keto the way that I should. And even this month, what is today? Today is Sunday. Though you probably won't see this video until Monday. But this month has been kind of off and on. Again, I'm having a little bit more of a struggle this time kicking that, not so much the sugar habit, but the carb habit. So I've gotten back where I feel like I need bread, or I've been eating baked potatoes, and sandwiches again. So it's a little bit more of a struggle than it was initially, but that's okay. I just have to retrain my body. I know what, I know that keto works. Bottom line, I know that it works. I know that it's sustainable despite all the naysayers and the doctors, and Jillian Michaels is the recent one who, she came out against keto, but I just think personally that she's promoting it, trying to say that it's not good because it's taking money out of her pocket. People are not using her, or not coming to her, because people are losing weight without all of that mind-boggling exercising for like 9 hours and only eating, lettuce and celery sticks. Because on keto, you can eat real food. There is a vegan version of it. So if you don't eat meat, you don't have to eat meat. There's a misconception also about keto that it's just bacon, butter, and, cheese. Well, that's not true. Yes, you can have those 3 things, but it's a lot of vegetables. It is, well, not a lot, but a lot in the sense that the ones that are keto friendly, which is, cucumbers, lettuce, broccoli. Of course, my mind just went blank, but zucchini, just stuff like that. So basically it is vegetables and fruit, or vegetables that are not, they say, grow in the ground or under the dirt. Don't quote me on that. I have to look that up. I'll put it in the description. But anyway, so the point I'm making is that any lifestyle that you choose, if you do it the way it's supposed to, it'll work. Keto is just, it's not all bacon, butter, and cheese. It's really not. It's a lot of other stuff. There are days when I didn't eat, any bacon. There were days when I didn't eat any cheese. There were days when I didn't need, the heavy whipping cream. There were days when I didn't even want to be bothered with the mayonnaise or the dressing, or, well, now the butter, because pretty much everything I cook is in, olive oil and butter. But you can eat real food. You can eat food. And there are keto recipes that substitute the bread. The cauliflower example. I love mashed potatoes. I made a cauliflower mash. Aside from the taste and somewhat of the texture, I couldn't really tell. My son swore up and down, that I was trying to kill him, basically. Then he ate it and then was just frustrated because it was good. It was actually good. I cooked them just like I would mashed potatoes. I put all the salt, the pepper, the butter. I fixed them up, and personally, I mean, I knew it was cauliflower, and I can't say that they taste exactly like mashed potatoes, but they had a mashed potato consistency, which I think is the key too. And just overall, I felt better. I really did feel better. I don't regret giving up for the holidays. I just regret not starting sooner. But at the same time, I'm just going to, I'll just say this, and then I'm going to move on because I'm going to talk about the direction that my channel is going into. Oh, one other thing. I do have Dr. Ken Berry. I'm going to link his video or his YouTube channel down into the description box. If you get a chance, and if you're not sure, I like him because he explains keto in layman terms. He covers several different versions, in terms of what you need. He breaks it down. He explains how it works. And he is a medical doctor who used to recommend the American Standard Diet, who then he did some research and decided that, maybe the American Standard Diet is not actually the way to go, and that keto is sustainable, that it's doable. And then I like that he advocates that you can do this without spending a lot of money. Yes, a lot of keto people, insist that you can only use organic, or you can only use grass-fed, or that you can only use, the best of the best, basically. And that's true. That's great. I mean, if you can afford that, that's fine. But I like the fact that he says that if you just have to buy regular real butter, or you have to buy regular, vegetables, or regular ground beef, you don't need he's saying that you don't need the grass-fed. Now, eventually you want to get to that point, but you certainly don't need that coming out the gate. So you can still do keto on your budget. And I also like the fact that he doesn't push any type of pills or powders or supplements, or, here, buy my product, and you're guaranteed. He just basically tells you, look, this is what can be done. This is what you can do. These are the adjustments that you need to make. If you have this concern or that concern, then here's how you can work around that. And like I said, he doesn't promote anything, and he explains it in layman's terms. So, all right. So I've been talking for almost 30 minutes about keto. I didn't plan to really talk that long about it. Okay, so now I also want to talk about the direction of the channel. I have been trying to decide what I want to do with this channel. So I think at this point now, it really will just be centered. It'll be lifestyle. It'll just be centered around weight loss, recovery, and then just life. I discovered that I had to buy a memory card for my tablet. I went to record a cleaning video and I didn't have enough space. So I don't know why I thought that tablet already had an extra memory card in it, but it doesn't. So imagine my frustration that when I making video and I looked up that I was almost done cleaning, and I probably had only recorded like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes of what I had done. So all of that served literally no purpose. So I ordered a memory card for it. So I'm going to try to film, throughout basically what it looks like on my day. So it'll kind of be like a vlog. I also bought a tripod, and I bought a exercise ball. It's behind me, and it would be too much to get up and get it for you. So, but you'll see it. You'll see the ball because I'm gonna film me or try to record me working out. Of course, I'm gonna do a few of those off camera so that I don't make a fool of myself on camera. But then I don't know. I might do it because this is me. This is my most authentic self. So maybe I'll, make them bloopers or something. But anyway, so in terms of a schedule, I want to try maybe recording on Sundays like I'm doing today, and then uploading on Monday or Tuesday. If I'm able to record and upload on the same day, then I will. But because I'm very new at editing, and very new at just all of this YouTube stuff. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel in the past, and I just used to record myself doing my hair, but I didn't really edit. And I certainly didn't record myself doing daily tasks. So, as I get better with that, then, I'll work that out some kind of way. But right now I'm looking at hopefully Sundays, recording on Sundays, and uploading on Mondays. So with that being said, I guess you'll have videos every Monday. We'll see, because truthfully, my stroke really determines my day, because I can make plans the night before and then get up the next day and have literally zero energy or strength to do it. So that's the only downside, but you'll get to see that with the videos, because like I said, I'm going to try very hard to set up so that you can see like balance and stuff. You'll see how I walk, because sitting here in front of this camera, it looks like, oh, well, how bad can it be? That is until I go to get up, and then you'll see. I have a slight limp. Well, no, it's not actually slight. It's an obvious limp. And then you'll see how my arm does, because even though like I can lift it up, picking it up is not the problem. It's like when I go to grab stuff, sometimes I go to grab it, and because I don't have the strength I need in my fingers, I will drop it, or it'll slip out of my hand. I don't know how many times I've spilled water because I forget and go to walk and carry it with my left hand, and it's shaking all over the place. But anyway, that's off topic. So, again, like I said, so I'm going to be working on that. Just, have patience. I'm working on how I want to set this channel up, how I want to basically invite you guys into my life and let you see my recovery. Get to see. Eventually I'll start adding like progress pictures and things of that nature. In fact, I probably need to take some new ones because I don't have any new progress pictures. So maybe I'll do that this week, and then that'll be available for next week. Okay, so I guess I've covered all of my notes. So I had everything pretty much written down. So I think that's it. I don't want to keep you long. This video is already over 30 minutes. So I want to say thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you in my next video.